All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's or evening's Q&A live stream. I want to apologize for not doing these as often as I had said that I wanted to, but life happens, things come up, and I had those obligations to take care of. But here we are on Thursday night. We're doing a live stream, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll go for a little bit. Give people a little bit to join. I know we haven't done WoW yet. We haven't done one since August, so that's certainly something. I haven't been doing these frequently, and I really should because you guys loved the last one. We almost went for an hour on that one. I didn't necessarily have the energy to keep going, but tonight or today rather, that is not the or right. I finally have the energy to keep it going. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. Hi everybody, how are you? Yeah, I'm not surprised about L&L Flooring, the liquidation company that is for that. I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, that whole mall's getting demolished. They're not just doing Lord and Taylor, except for Boscov's. So, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about that. Let me actually go ahead and I'm going to get another browser over here, and we'll go over the Monmouth Mall. Give me 1 second here. Let me get into maps. Yeah, so talking about the Monmouth Mall redevelopment project. This is a big one, so I definitely want to go ahead and present this. Let's see here. Share screen. Yes. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is the Monmouth Mall itself right now. So the part of the malls that are being demolished is basically the expansion wing that was done in the 1970s from this portion of the mall all the way down to this portion. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing. I hope you guys are seeing the mouse. Just let me know if you guys are seeing the mouse or not. But the Boscov's is expected to remain. The parking deck has since been demolished. They put an urgent care center. And so, yeah, okay, you guys can't see the mouse. So the Boscov's is remaining, but the JCPenney store, which I visited in 2022, this section of the mall, along with the former Lord & Taylor stores, all being demolished. The Macy's right now is remaining open. Barnes & Noble is expected to relocate. This, I believe, is expected to remain a mall, although I think this is also getting demolished as well. The AMC will remain. The Macy's will remain for now. That is subject to change if they decide to close the store. And Boscov's is expected to remain through the redevelopment. So I'm glad I got to visit Monmouth Mall in 2022. No regrets to not visiting the mall. So yeah, I apologize. It looks like we have a low internet connection right now. So I do apologize for that. Okay. So we'll keep this tab open and then we'll get to some other things. Yeah, I heard about lumber liquidators. I just don't have a definitive list. I definitely want to do it at some point, though. Home Depot closing locations, probably due to theft. Hello, Elevators of Steel City. Hi, Tiger. Hi, Alex. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Mr. Bro 4932. Hi, Michael. I'm a little shocked about Home Depot, but that could be because of leasing issues. Yeah, no. So going over Macy's right now is not going to close a bunch of locations. Obviously, we're in September. It's the full swing of the holiday season. Those stores are going to need seasonal help. And once, obviously, people are basically spent after the new year, that's when they'll announce the store closings. It usually happens about a week or two right after the new year. So I expect some sort of announcement within the within the week or two following the new year. But don't expect an announcement now. It's already September. Halloween is next month, and we have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. So don't expect any type of Macy's closing to occur between now and the end of the year. Any Macy's store that's closing, with a very minimal exception, will not occur until 2025. Good evening, retail. Um, yeah, but that so again, this is the thing with Rite Aid. So Rite Aid was acquired by a private equity firm. So we've seen what private equity firms do to companies. Yeah, Rite Aid could put out a PR statement that, oh, we're out of bankruptcy, but they're still going to be strapped with debt. It's not like they're going to not close them. It's not like they're going to close them uh, you know, drastically, but already they announced 2 more locations in California closing. So once the store is bought, then the Rite Aid will close the store, because the value of the real estate of the Rite Aid location is actually more valuable than the merchandise in the store. It's sad, it sucks, but it's true. Yes, I know. And then Dick's Sporting Goods will be leaving unless they put a Dick's warehouse sale inside the former Dick's. I just don't know if they would do that personally. But yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods is expected to leave their it wasn't necessarily theirs to begin with. It was the Galen store, but they'll be leaving the Galen's location. That elevator is going to be 20 years old, so it doesn't surprise me. They're going to be moving out of the Galen's location. I don't even know if it was a Galen's location. Dick's may have built it, or maybe Galen started it. I don't know. But the point being is that Dick's will be leaving that spot in Freehold, and they'll be relocating to the Lord and Taylor spot. So the Dick's House of Sport will complement them all pretty well. Now they just got to figure out what to do with the Nordstrom spot. That's going to be harder. Lord and Taylor is pretty easy to fill because that's a 2-level store, but the Dick's will be much harder to fill. So, yeah, none are closing till next year because they want to. The stores need help, and sometimes people need jobs. People have to work, so people want to go in for seasonal help. They'll work because they need the extra staff, because you got people coming through the doors, and then after the holiday season, when people are spent, they'll close the store. But sometimes people want to do it short term. Yes, I saw the construction for the Aldi. Oh gosh, I can't even remember when I was up there. Oh, when I went away on vacation, I saw them constructing the Aldi in Paramus. Yes, they are putting an Aldi up there in that strip mall where the Modell's store was. The jingle, the gotta go to Moe's, gotta go to Modell's, gotta go to Moe's Modell's. Yeah, such a catchy jingle. It's a shame that stores don't do that anymore. But yes, Aldi is going to be next to next to the Burlington. And speaking of Burlington, I was actually just at the Wayne location a couple days ago. Unfortunately, the elevator is since they've completely shut off the second floor, which doesn't come as a surprise, and the elevator is just now idle on the first floor. So yeah, that Burlington is getting ready to move out of there end of next month, and they'll be relocating in that Wayne Town Center area. I expect the Burlington building to be completely demolished because that was the old Meyer Brothers department store. So, yeah, but it will probably be more rapidly paced because of the opioid epidemic lawsuit. So I'm sure that'll close a lot quicker. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Dave & Buster's had been pushing for a location in Monmouth County, and they see Freehold as probably the best shot for them in terms of a location, so I'm not surprised. So yeah, then the whole thing will be filled. Primark on the upper level. They'll have to fill the Bob store, obviously, and then the Athletic, the gym, and Dave & Buster's. So that'll be good. At least they'll fill all that up. There's a lot of you on here. Yeah, but they're actually starting the construction on that. It's going to be Primark on the lower level. Yeah, they are actively doing construction in there. At least when I was in there, I heard cranes. So they're doing a Dick's Sporting Goods on the upper level, and they're doing a Primark on the lower level. So that's active construction. So it just takes time. Yeah, I heard, and Big Lots has been they're closing a lot of locations. So yeah, Big Lots probably won't make it after the holiday season. The closest Big Lots to me right now is in Clifton, but they haven't officially announced a closing. I guess I would go there just to see it. I don't necessarily care for Big Lots, but you all really liked the Paramus store, so I guess I'll have to figure out how to make my way over to the Clifton store when they begin the process of closing that store, I guess. I don't know. They'll get some sort of tenant. Maybe they'll throw another Aldi in there. That's probably what they'll end up doing because the Field Raceway Mall does lack a supermarket, and that would be a perfect location for one. So, what else? Me too. I'm sure it's going to close though, because they closed. Excuse me. They closed the one in Paramus. What was it? Earlier last year. Or yeah, they closed it last year because Barnes and Noble went in that. Excuse me. In that spot, and yeah, I definitely won't be back. It's a nice store. Hey, it compensates, but I mean, nothing will beat the store that they did on Route 17, though. Nothing will beat that. I get it I get it that a nonprofit went in there, but yeah, I mean, nothing is gonna beat. Yeah, I mean, nothing is gonna beat what the Barnes and Noble had. Yeah, new concepts for living. It's just it doesn't even come close. I get it. It looks like it's some sort of like it's some sort of like home for people with disabilities. I guess it gives them an opportunity to live if they can't physically take care of themselves, which I guess Paramus could really use. It gives them a chance to, if you really can't live independently, I guess they give you an opportunity to, you know, so. But you know what? Hey, they were able to make a nice thing out of it. So yeah, I guess there's that. Makes sense. No, I don't think so. Dave and Buster's will be on the first floor. There'll be no need to put an elevator in there. Well, TJ Maxx and Sierra are the same company. J.C. Penney, there's nothing to think about J.C. Penney. They're not. There's only 3 stores right now closing. Yeah, but see, and this is what I hate. J.C. Penney really didn't do much that store except one tiny little store thing. Yay, yeah, the J.C. Penney's modern, but I don't know how to say this. It basically, it was basically the former shell of a Lord and Taylor. They kept the nice floor. It's basically a Lord and Taylor. It's or a Lord and Penny, or yeah, if you want to call it that. It's basically a Lord. It's basically the former shell of a Lord and Taylor store that is comprised with a J.C. Penney store. The only reason J.C. Penney relocated was because they wanted to get out of that old building at Wayne Town Center. They didn't do it because they wanted to, but they had a special relationship with Brookfield Properties, and it was an opportunity for them to dump. You know what? I should really share my screen here because I can talk as long as I want, but if I don't present something, you guys won't get the picture. I like to show things physically. So, anyways, this was the old J.C. Penney here in Wayne. And it was pretty big. I mean, the store was from the 1970s. So yeah, then and there were sections of the store that they had closed off. So when Lord and Taylor closed all their stores, or when Shoppers Find finally went out of business, J.C. Penney had a special relationship with Brookfield because of the real estate purposes, and they said, "Hey, we can move you out of here, and we can move you into a much smaller spot." And honestly, J.C. Penney this was probably the most powerful move for J.C. Penney. I know the media made a big deal out of it, but honestly, it's basically just a Lord and Taylor. It's basically a former Lord and Taylor shell with a J.C. Penney department store. That's really what this is. There's really no other way to color code it. That's just what it is. I get it. It actually helped out the mall in the long run because, hey, now you got a Macy's, now you got a J.C. Penney, and you have a Bloomingdale's at a decent mall in Passaic County. I mean, there's not really much more to say than that if you want to put that into some sort of perspective. Yep, I know about the Dick's. Right now, just a furniture store, but they definitely need to do something there. Yes, it will definitely. Yes, it will be closing. Probably leased from Hudson's Bay Company. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a former Lord and Taylor store. There's no JCPenney class. There's no fuzzy JCPenney doors. I know some of you are probably spinning your heads and thinking, well, Chris, what are JCPenney fuzzy doors? I mean, JCPenney fuzzy doors were basically doors with carpet. And Wayne definitely had a lot of them for sure back in the day. But yeah, no, I mean, it was really just the media thing. It was just the media blitz to say, hey, we're opening new stores. That's really what the JCPenney Wayne is. It wasn't anything more than that. The AMC is still staying at Monmouth Mall. That movie theater is not going anywhere. Because the Hudson's Bay stores in Canada are they're not in the US. And secondly, Hudson's Bay Company is pretty much like Sears, where they're interested in the real estate of the I don't even know what I was just saying. Oh, right, Hudson's Bay. Yeah, they're milking on the real estate of the buildings to try and subdivide it and to get the most value for each of the department stores. It's basically like another Eddie Lampert strategy. Yeah, we're getting a food bazaar at our local Stop and Shop. I actually just found out a couple days ago. They are closing it, but food bazaar won't last long either. That's another. I mean, that's even worse than Stop and Shop. I get it. The Carlstadt store was run down, but food bazaar just sounds like even worse. I don't know if you know who owns food bazaar. Oh, Bagopa. Family owned company. Yeah, yeah. These people won't last long. And it seems that they're just picking up old Stop and Shop stores for next to nothing. Yeah, they're opening up a local one near me in the Carlstadt. I wonder if Stop and Shop finally closed in Carlstadt. I'm sure they're going to start remodeling though. Yeah. But Food Bazaar definitely won't last long. That they'll go out of business pretty quickly. Yeah, I can't agree with that statement anymore. I'm totally with you there. No, they won't close. No, JCPenney won't close Lehigh Valley Mall. At least not yet. Yeah, no, that whole Teterboro Landing parking lot is a disaster. I honestly I try to avoid that Teterboro Landing Center as best as I can. It really is a pain in the ass to go down there. The worst has to be the Costco, and I've said this for a long time. I get it why they have to do the Paramus location, but that parking lot is such a pain in the ass. And the only way to do Costco right down there is you have to get there right when the store opens. It's just otherwise you get stuck, and you have a lot of the traffic. Costco is very popular with the Asian American clientele, so you get people from like Palisades Park, Fort Lee. I mean, you got all those big Asian American communities, and they're all coming to Teterboro Landing. Yeah, no, it's. I could not agree with you more that Costco and the Walmart is a mess. Walmart, I've been able to get in and out of. Costco is really bad, and Costco too. Oh, yeah, they're cracking down on the membership, and it's like, and it sucks because do I like shopping there? Yes. Is it worth it to pay their membership? No. I mean, you know, maybe someday, but I don't see myself. It's and now they're cracking down on it. They want you to show your card. Now they're doing scanning things, and at the checkout, they got to make sure you're under the membership and the card. And it's yeah, no, it's Going to Costco is not a fun experience. I hate to say that. I really do, because here's someone that is a strong advocate for retail, but Costco is by far the worst experience for retail. It is probably the most overrated store. It's overpacked, and you combine that in an overpacked shopping center, and I get it, it's real estate people, they care about the money and the profits. So yeah, I mean, it's they don't care. they're not the ones that are going to Teterboro Landing. Or even if they are, they're going during the week when everybody's at work, because that's their job. But yeah, I try to avoid Teterboro Landing as best as I can, because it is that bad over there. Like, it's just like, when I want to go somewhere, I want to be able to park close enough, navigate to where I need to go, and not have to fight for parking. It's awful. That's why I avoid it, because I mean, Costco, that Costco on a Saturday, because you have the Bergen County Blue Laws the next day. I mean, it's awful. It's American Dream over there too is pretty bad, but nothing, I guess, comes close to Teterboro Landing. The Chipotle over there gets really packed. Sometimes they've always skimped on stuff. There's also the Panera. I've had something at Habit. The worst though is probably that Chick-fil-A drive-through over there. That sucks too. Yeah, it was awful. I went through one time to get, it was like an order, and I had to ask 4 different people to order. I'm like, I should just be able to go through the drive-through, get my order, and go. Why do I have to go through 4 different people to do the order? It's just, yeah. So again, I try to avoid Teterboro Landing like the plague. It is that bad. It's that bad. And you go on a weekend, forget it. You'll be there for 3 hours. Parking, stuff you want to get, checkout lines. It's literally a shit show on ice. And I hate to use profane language, but that is the truth. Oh, okay, that's good. Have fun there. Yeah, that is it is just way too busy. I mean, you've also got the airport over there too, which I guess doesn't help. But yeah, it is way too crazy over there. It is just I try to avoid those areas like the plague. I don't blame you. It's really bad over there. Yeah, that food bazaar definitely won't last. Not yet. I mean, Macy's isn't closing yet, but maybe after 2025. Overpacked? Oh gosh, no doubt. It's a 3-way tie, or sorry, the most packed, well, definitely Westfield Garden State, American Dream, Roosevelt Field, definitely the Westchester, the Mall at Short Hills, Americana Manhasset, Walt Lemon Shops, Willowbrook Mall, Bridgewater Commons, and probably Menlo Park. I'm sure there's more. There's like Staten Island. There's also Queens Center. What's the name of the one in Brooklyn? Oh gosh. Oh, Kings Plaza. Yeah, and then like the other malls, like there's the Co-op, the one in Co-op City, Cross County, and Ridge Hill to some extent. Yes, Westwood Kmart is still empty. Yeah, 35 minutes is unacceptable. To me, that's unacceptable. I would literally take my money and say, you know what? I'm not waiting 35 minutes for food. I will gladly take my business elsewhere. I mean, I've gone to some other strip malls that haven't been so packed. Like, oh gosh, what's the name of the one that I've been frequenting at? New Bridge Landing at River Edge. It's a decent strip mall. They have a habit. Sometimes I go up there for, I don't I go up there sometimes, like for school purposes, which I know that's coming to an end soon. And I've been able to get in and out of there like in 10 minutes. I mean, I know that won't be my go-to spot next year, but just the convenience of it. New York City, though, is worse, though, with prices. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't even get like cups of water. Yeah, it's New York City is very overpriced for what it is. It's not cheap to get food in the city. That's for sure. I guess so, if it's still closed off. Nearest Boscov's, definitely Woodbridge Center, which is in yeah, no, Bergen Town Center Target is another disaster. Yep. That's another disaster. Although if I try to film stuff, it's definitely I definitely try to do it during the week. Weekend, very few exceptions. Just you get better videos and you don't have people in your way. but you can't always do it like that way. So Broadway Commons, no, that's a dead mall. The Macy's they're supposed to be knocking down, and I think they've been closing stores there left and right. Next year. I don't think it'll be opening up this year. Oh wow, they closed off the atrium that J.C. Penney used to have. Wow, they patched that up real nice. Oh, you got kicked out of a closing Big Lots? Oh man. That sucks. It's probably some BS thing where the liquidators were told by the organization that if you film a closing store, it goes against company policy, so we have to stop those that film closing stores. Yeah, it kind of is, unfortunately. American Dream definitely didn't help. If American Dream affected any of the Paramus malls, and I hate to say it did, it definitely affected Paramus Park. Which is a shame because I actually find Paramus Park to be interesting. I just haven't been there in a long time because it's a lot to drive all the way up there. You know, it's one thing if you're a local, but if you don't have to be up there for any reason, it's just, you know. But I still enjoy going there. Oh God, that Macy's! I'll tell you, boy, that Macy's atrium that Abraham and Strauss did in the 1970s is literally one of my favorite Macy's atriums. Probably the best one in the state. And it's a shame too, because I mean, imagine the Macy's at Paramus Park is like the Macy's at Westwood Garden State. Be perfect, but just beautiful Macy's atrium, absolute wrong location. That's what I have to say. Against the law. No. That's I mean, sure, a company can enforce that there's no filming in the stores, but it's not against the law. It's against the law if you don't leave. There's no I don't know how to say this. Exactly. The only thing they can do is they can ask you to leave. There's nothing against the law. And I know it gets tricky here. Yes, you're allowed to do whatever you want in terms of like filming, taking pictures until you're told to stop. There's no law that says you can't film. Now, if it's a policy, yeah, of course, the store has a policy, but it's not against the law if you film. Sure, it's against the law if you stay there because then they could charge you with trespassing. But how do I say this? Yes, there are certain ways and rules that places can enforce, but you have the freedom to take pictures. Like even if you're taking a picture of an item in the store, you have that freedom until you're told by someone that, yeah, you can't do this. You have to leave. I know it gets tricky with private property, and I agree. So, those Macy's updated logos kind of gives you a hint of which stores that Macy's is holding on to. I call that a hint. It's a big hint because that's most likely the Macy's stores that they're going to hold on to. Yeah, I would think that Macy's and Paramus Park will probably close in phase 2 or phase 3. I hate to say that, but that's just the reality. And especially now with the one that they just opened up in Ramsey, I wouldn't be shocked if it closes in like 2027. It's probably still does numbers for them. But I just don't think it'll be there beyond 27. I hate to say that. It definitely won't be this first round because it still does relatively well. It does well enough where it doesn't need to close yet. Yep, me too. I hated Lord and Taylor. Yeah, Lord and Taylor was always very strict on elevator filming. I've always had an issue. I've always had an issue with them. Well, I'm happy they're gone too, honestly. Wow, a lot of you really like this stream. Damn, I wish I didn't have to get off, but unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, I am going to have to get off because, yeah, so. Let's see here. That new crumble cookies thing in Paramus opened up. Oh God, that's at least gonna be that's gonna be bad. I'm sure by the end of this year or beginning of next year. So all right, guys. We've been going here for about a half an hour. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream, but I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we can try to do another one tomorrow, potentially, or maybe next week. Got to see how the schedule is, but keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching. That's it.